Alright, so I want to talk about Batman and why he is my favorite superhero. Just so we're clear, there are going to be spoilers for a lot of Batman related shows and movies, including the DC Animated Universe TV shows and movies, the DC Universe original movies, Young Justice, The Dark Knight Returns, and a few more. So once more, spoiler alert for those shows. So this is something I've wanted to do for a while, talk about Batman and why it is that he is my favorite superhero. Because it's not for the usual reasons. Yes, I love the fact that he is the world's greatest detective and that he kicks lots of ass. But the reason I like Batman the most is that he's such a flawed character. He is basically the most flawed of all of DC's heroes, in my opinion, and possibly all of comics. See, Batman is barely even a hero. He's an obsessive perfectionist asshole with emotional issues, anger issues, trust issues, and is possibly mentally unstable. He drives almost everyone who knows him on a personal level away from him and is rare to ever admit that he's wrong. The only reason he is a hero per se is that his obsession drives him towards fighting crime. But when you come down to it, Batman is not actually a good person. These main issues I find with Batman I've broken up into 4 basic categories that I'm going to talk about at length to better show my point. These 4 categories I like to call Batman the General, Batman the Loner, Batman the Disturbed, and Batman the Criminal. Now to give you an idea how this is going to go, here's a clip from Batman Bad Blood, where Nightwing, Dick Grayson, and friends have just rescued Batman from weeks of torture and mind control.
After Bruce Wayne completes his hosting duties at the summit, we'll gather any leads we can to find her.
Why wait? I'll call in Kate and Luke and then...
No. You shouldn't have involved them in the first place.
Batwing pretty much involved himself.
And Batwoman? She forced you to reveal our secrets?
You weren't here, sir. Master Dick made a judgment call, and I think it was the right one.
Maybe so. But from here on, it's only family.
Kate's going through the hard drive we pulled from the convent.
Fine. But when she's done, that's it.
But we have to.
You're not Batman anymore, Dick. I call the shots around here.
So this video shows 3 of the 4 aspects of Batman that I love. There's just a touch of his instability that I'll talk about later, but the 2 biggest are related to how he treats Dick. He doesn't thank him for saving his life, he ridicules the choices Dick made when he was in charge. Batman's use of the word family, which usually refers to those who know the secret of Bruce Wayne being Batman, is somewhat ironic, as the Kate that is mentioned in this video is Batwoman, or Kate Kane, who happens to be Bruce Wayne's first cousin, literal family, but since Batman didn't let her in on his secret, she is not to be trusted. And that ending line, "You're not Batman anymore, Dick, I call the shots around here," that is a prime example of what I call Batman the General. So let's just jump into part 1 of why I like Batman. So the thing about Batman is that he takes to his crusade on crime like it's a war. It's a war that he takes to like a general directing his troops, and this shows in how he treats the people around him, like actually referring to his Robins as soldiers and him phrasing this life as a war.
I have to be smarter.
Very well, son. I shall cut right to it. Have you forgotten what happened with Jason?
I'll never forget what happened to Jason. He was a good soldier. He honored me. But the war goes on.
I've put out a few fires, yes. Won a few battles. But the war goes on, Alfred.
Good soldier. Good soldier.
If I hadn't made him into Robin, he would have grown to do wrong. Then I got him killed. My partner. My soldier.
He also uses terms like enemy and enemy camp when referring to criminals.
From here, it looks like an achievement. From here, you can't see the enemy. It's a 20-block walk to the enemy camp, the East End.
Or forming an army.
Starting now, I'm going to teach you everything. All of my ways, all of my secrets. You're going to be my army operating in the shadows, keeping Gotham safe. And we're going to take as long as we need. Now do what Oliver says and get to work.
Batman frequently uses such terminology as war, the enemy, patrol, in the field, recon mission, not just to himself, but to those he trains as well.
Okay, let's go. If you can't suit up quickly at home base, I'm concerned how you would handle it in the field.
Perhaps he's primping. As I recall, Master Richard spent nearly half an hour admiring his reflection the first time he donned his cape.
Jason, get on out here or I'm going on patrol without you.
A simple recon mission. Observe and report. You'll each receive a written evaluation detailing your many mistakes. Until then, good job. No battle plan survives first contact with the enemy. How you adjust to the unforeseen is what determines success.
This last one even has his trainees lined up as he walks past them, not unlike military recruits receiving instructions from a superior officer. Now, this idea of Batman training young teens and at times outright children as soldiers in his army is problematic in several ways, and people have questioned his tactics, like the children themselves.
Underneath that hard shell, you're still just a boy.
If that were true, you wouldn't be taking me out on the streets hunting psychopathic murderers.
It was building for a long time. I realize that now. It was never really right. I mean, this isn't exactly a normal childhood.
Or Wonder Woman.
I didn't lie, exactly. I just left out the part about being a kid.
A lie of omission is still a lie. You kept an important secret from us. No one in the League knew the truth.
I did.
I shouldn't be surprised, since you indoctrinated Robin into crime fighting at the ripe old age of 9.
Robin needed to help bring the men who murdered his family to justice.
So he could turn out like you?
So that he wouldn't.
The television network the show is broadcast on. Tim Curry, Two-Face, Dick Grayson, Robin had to be older because of censorship rules against showing the endangerment of children. Nice. Even in the later years of Batman Beyond, Terry, the new Batman, makes a remark on Bruce and his history with troubled kids.
She's just a troubled kid lashing out at Daddy. Nothing for you to get involved with.
Guess you're the expert on troubled kids. You collect them, right?
Now, that other video with Wonder Woman, you saw that Batman justified his training of Robin as a way to give him closure over his parents' death. Batman likes to justify himself a lot, because to him, things like a proper childhood or relationships aren't as important as the mission. Take a look at this clip from Justice League, showing Batman half a century later in the Batman Beyond days with his last apprentice.
How could you do it to me, Bruce?
The only thing that matters is the mission. You know that.
What about people, Bruce? Dick, Barbara, Tim, Selina? They all loved you, but eventually every single one of them left you. Ever wonder why?
Not for an instant. They quit because when it came down to it, they didn't have the heart for the mission. Are you about to quit too? It doesn't really surprise me.
It doesn't?
The only thing that matters is the mission, is a line often used by Batman, but so is the idea of Batman driving people away from him. Look at how he treats one of his Robins in The Dark Knight Returns, the same one he also refers to as a good soldier.
Robin, your training begins tomorrow. It'll take weeks to prepare you properly, but I have a job for you tonight. Alter my plan in any way, stray from my instructions at all, and you're fired. Bruno's heading your way. Lead her into the alley. Do not let her see you. Violate that order, and you're fired. Everything's on auto. Touch any of it, you're fired.
Cool, boss.
Even romantic relationships are simply a distraction to Batman.
I'm certain your displays of graphology will duly impress any young ladies you encounter.
Women are a distraction from the mission, Alfred.
So you've said.
And when it comes to those who question things, especially his protégés, well, let's see how Batman deals with Batgirl when she thinks he's being overprotective.
I haven't had to deal with his type of crazy in a while. I don't want you to either.
What are you saying?
Don't go near him without me,
Excuse me?
no matter what.
We're not exactly attached to the hip.
We are on this. You want to work with me? You do what I say.
And that's it? You speak and the words are law?
Yes.
Batman has this my way or the highway look at crime fighting, and it's one of the main reasons he drives people away, but I'll show more of that in the next section. Now next are several videos from Young Justice where the Justice League is having difficulty doing its job due to the UN restrictions, and Batman has an interesting approach. I'll break it down as we go.
Not by choice.
Perhaps it's time to acknowledge that the League has outlived its usefulness on Earth.
Batman.
That's overstating things, don't you think?
No, I don't. And I'm offering an alternative.
If your alternative is to disband the League, I think you are forgetting all of the good we do.
Did. Past tense.
Present tense. The League has its difficulties. I acknowledge that. But we still have a positive impact, and we are an important symbol for truth and justice worldwide.
Calder, symbols are great, but...
But all that matters is the mission. And if the UN's a roadblock to that mission, then we remove it by removing the League.
Bruce, please.
You are a founding member.
I'm sorry, but I hereby tender my resignation to the Justice League.
So do I.
Ollie!
This was a plan. You, Batman, and the others, you arranged this in advance.
It's time.
Time? Time for what?
Recognize. Green arrow. 0.
Robin,
8.
Tim,
Spoiler.
where are you going?
B28. Arrowette. B2.
So Batman arranges a mass resignation of Justice League members, rather than stay in a league that cannot properly continue the mission. But there's more to it. With those members that quit, as well as some discrete connections to others both in and out of the league, Batman sets up a command structure to secretly direct everyone.
So this is a win?
Largely. What troubles you?
This. All of this. Between the 7 of us, we're coordinating 6 teams of heroes, none of whom know we're working together.
It's what we all agreed to, Diana. Taking a page from the Light's own playbook to fight fire with fire.
I don't like keeping the other members of the League in the dark.
Worst case scenario, they need real deniability. Do you expect Superman to lie under oath?
Do you expect me to?
If it comes to that. As a princess of Themyscira, I expect you to use your diplomatic status to avoid taking the stand at all.
And the rest of you? Are you all prepared to lie?
This doesn't go over well when Black Lightning realizes they've all been secretly controlled by Batman's team.
Yeah. Shame.
I'm sorry, but I hereby tender my resignation to the Justice League.
Since when are we working for the League?
We're not.
I want nothing to do with Batman Incorporated. The truth is, I don't trust you. Son of a... You're all working together! Mr. I don't join teams Grayson takes me on a rogue mission to Granny's house, where we're rescued by the co-chair of the Justice League and a Bat Family drone?
That's on me.
I can explain. Oh, I'm sure it is, and I'm sure you can. But it doesn't stop there. Or start there, for that matter. That joint op-busting meta-traffickers around the world, Dick explained it all so logically. It was intel McGann provided to us, to the team, and to the League, but of course it was really the 6 of you coordinating. Just how long have you been coordinating? When I quit the Justice League and wouldn't join Batman Inc., did Dick recruit me from Markovia just to keep me in the fold? Holy, when the League split, Batman didn't blindside Aquaman. You both planned it in advance. Created that dog and pony show to lie to every one of your fellow Leaguers. And why? So you could break the law with impunity, while dragging me into it!
Beast Boy is also not impressed.
Batman teaches you to treat your friends and teammates? Because I bet Superman or Wonder Woman sure wouldn't approve.
Diana's part of this.
And Cassie doesn't know? You never told her? So, your little secret society of superheroes orchestrated events in Brooklyn, Maine?
No, the Brooklyn Warbugs and the Reach ship were real threats. We just kinda teed it up for you guys.
We didn't need that. Look what we accomplished in Dublin. What? You're saying Dublin was teed up too? But the girl and her dad.
The girl was McGann. Her dad was Bruce.
While Batman has his usual answer to anyone questioning his motives.
You're not even sorry! We are sorry we have made you feel this way. That's not an apology!
I am not going to apologize for putting the mission first.
What good is the mission if we lose ourselves trying to fulfill it?
And even when Oracle starts to question her involvement, Batman is firm on his beliefs.
I wish Jeff understood. We were trying to protect him. We were trying to protect them all.
I know, but what if we were wrong? Would you want to be protected that way?
I wouldn't need to be.
Well, Maybe they don't either.
Maybe. But even the debate brings the mission to a grinding halt.
So you just decide for everyone? Wow, that's not patronizing at all.
Barbara, you know I didn't decide this alone. The 7 of us agreed. We had to fight fire with fire.
It's true, and I'm not absolving myself. But have you noticed your little Illuminati society is made up entirely of former protégés? Protégés accustomed to following your orders without question.
Diana.
Is out in space, where she only learns of our activities as a fait accompli.
The mission?
Whose mission, Bruce? The mission or your mission?
There is so much in this last one. The idea that Batman wouldn't need to be protected while others do. The idea that even taking the time to debate who does and does not need protection interferes with the mission. And then Oracle asks the question, Batman's mission or the mission? Well, that's just it, isn't it? To Batman, the mission is his mission. He is the one that makes the rules and sets the pace, and it's not one that endears him to long-lasting love from the people around him. Let's take a look at how much Batman drives people away in Batman the Loner in Part 2. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.